Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Julia. Today, we have a very interesting topic for you. The topic is humans and nature. Who needs whom? This is a big question, and I think it does not have an easy answer. Nature gives us food, water, and air every single day. But do we help nature too, or do we only take from it? I have a good friend here with me today. His name is John, and he loves nature very much. John, can you say hello to our listeners? I am very happy to talk about this topic with you today, and I hope it will be fun and easy for everyone to understand.
Hi, everyone. I'm John. Thank you, Julia, for that nice introduction. Yes, I really do love nature a lot. I like walking in forests, and I enjoy looking at rivers and mountains, too. Nature makes me feel happy and calm inside. I also think about this question a lot. Who needs whom more, humans or nature? At first, it looks like an easy question. We need nature for food, water, and clean air. But nature does not really need us at all. Nature was here before humans, and it can live without us. But we truly cannot live without nature. So today, let's explore this topic together, step by step, and share our own thoughts with everyone listening.
That's a great point, John. Let's start with the basics first. Why do humans need nature so much? First, we need air to breathe every day. Trees and plants make oxygen for us to use. Without oxygen, humans simply cannot live at all. Second, we need water. Rivers, lakes, and rain give us clean water every single day. Third, we need food. Fruits, vegetables, and grains all come from the earth. Even meat comes from animals, and animals eat plants too. So really, everything on our table comes from nature in some way. I think many people forget this simple fact. We open the fridge and we don't think about where our food really comes from.
You're right, Julia. Nature gives us so much, and we often forget to say thank you for it. I also want to add something important here. Nature gives us materials, too. Wood from trees helps build houses and furniture. Cotton from plants makes our clothes every day. Even medicine comes from plants. Many important medicines started as simple plants found in the forest. So nature is like a big supermarket, but a completely free one. We just take things, but we don't always take care of it. I think this is a real problem. If we only take and never give back, nature can become weak, and then it cannot help us anymore in the future.
Exactly, John. Now let's talk about the other side of this question. Do humans actually help nature? Some people say no, that humans only destroy nature. Look at pollution, cutting trees, and dirty rivers around the world. Factories make smoke, cars make gas, and this hurts our air. Plastic goes into the ocean and hurts fish and other sea animals. Forests become smaller every single year because people cut trees for wood or farms. This makes me feel sad sometimes. Animals lose their homes, and some animals even disappear forever from our planet. I think humans have a lot of power, but sometimes we use this power in the wrong way, and nature pays the price.
Yes, that's very true, and it's a serious problem for everyone. But I don't think all humans are bad for nature. Some people work hard to protect it every day. Scientists study animals and plants to help them survive. Farmers plant new trees to replace old ones. Governments make national parks to protect wild and beautiful places. Regular people like us can help too. We can recycle plastic and paper at home. We can save water and electricity every day. We can walk or ride a bike instead of driving a car. Small actions can make a big difference when many people do them together. I believe humans can be good friends to nature if we really try hard.
I love that idea, John, being a friend to nature. Let's talk about animals now, since they are a big part of nature too. Bees are very important, for example, in our world. Bees fly from flower to flower, and this helps plants grow strong. Without bees, we would not have many fruits and vegetables at all. Also, animals like cows and chickens give us food like milk, eggs, and meat every day. Wild animals are important too, in their own special way. They keep nature balanced and healthy for everyone. If one animal disappears, it can change the whole system completely. Nature is like a big puzzle, and every single piece truly matters.
That's a wonderful way to explain it, Julia, calling it a big puzzle. I want to talk about forests now, because they're so important. Forests are like the lungs of our planet in a way. Trees take in bad gas, called carbon dioxide, and they give us fresh oxygen instead. Forests are also home to millions of animals and plants around the world. Some forests, like the Amazon, are huge and full of amazing life. Sadly, people cut down many trees every year for wood, paper, or new farmland. This is called deforestation, and it's a big problem. When forests disappear, animals lose their homes and the air becomes less clean for everyone.
Forests really are amazing, John. Let's talk about water now, too, since it's so important for life. Water covers most of our planet, but not all water is clean or safe to drink. Rivers and lakes give us drinking water, and oceans give us fish and seafood to eat. But pollution is a big problem for water too, sadly. Factories sometimes put dirty water into rivers without thinking. Plastic bags and bottles go into the ocean and hurt sea animals like turtles and fish. I saw a video once about a turtle with plastic stuck in its nose. It was very sad to watch, and it made me think a lot about how we use plastic.
That sounds really sad, Julia. I understand why it affected you. Plastic is a big problem almost everywhere today. I try to use less plastic in my daily life now. For example, I use a reusable water bottle instead of buying new plastic bottles. I also bring my own bag when I go shopping for food. These are small changes, but they really do help over time. I also think education is very important for the future. When children learn about nature at school, they grow up caring about it more naturally. Maybe someday we will have better ways to clean the ocean and stop pollution completely. And I feel hopeful about this.
I feel hopeful too, John. Let's talk about climate change now, because many people discuss it today. Climate change means our planet's temperature is slowly getting warmer over time. This happens because of gases from cars, factories, and other things made by humans. Warmer temperatures can cause big problems like melting ice, stronger storms, and strange weather patterns. Farmers can have trouble growing food when the weather changes too much each year. Animals can lose their homes too, especially polar bears living in cold places. I think climate change shows us very clearly that humans and nature are deeply connected. What happens to nature also happens to us eventually.
That's very true, Julia. We are all connected, like one big family, really. I think many countries are trying to fix this problem now. They're using clean energy, like solar power from the sun and wind power from the wind. These types of energy don't make bad gases like oil or coal usually do. Also, more people are buying electric cars now, which don't need gasoline at all. I think this is a very positive change for everyone. Still, we need more people and more countries to work together on this. One country alone cannot fix climate change by itself. It's a problem for everyone on Earth, so everyone needs to help solve it.
Working together is so important, John. You're right. Let's talk about something more personal now, if that's okay. Do you have any nature near your home? I have a small park close to my apartment building. I like to walk there almost every morning. I see birds, trees, and sometimes even squirrels playing. It makes me feel relaxed and happy inside. Being close to nature is good for our mental health too, not just our body's health. Studies show that walking in nature can really reduce stress levels. I think city life can be busy and noisy, so parks give us a quiet place to rest our minds. What about you, John?
Yes, I do, Julia. I actually live near a small forest. I go there every weekend to walk my dog outside. The fresh air feels amazing, especially after a long week of work. I also have a small garden at my home. I grow tomatoes, peppers, and some pretty flowers there. Gardening is a wonderful hobby because you can see how plants grow every single day. It also teaches you patience because plants need time to grow slowly. My dog loves the garden too. He likes to dig in the dirt sometimes, which is not great for my poor tomatoes. But overall, it makes our home feel more connected to nature.
That sounds lovely, John. A garden and a dog together? I want to try gardening too, someday soon. Maybe I will start with something easy, like herbs in my kitchen window. Basil and mint are supposed to be easy to grow, I heard. Let's talk about cities now, because most people today live in big cities, not in the countryside. Cities are often full of buildings, cars, and concrete, with less green space around. This can be a real problem for nature and for people, too. But some cities are trying new ideas, like green roofs, city gardens, and more trees on the streets, which I think is very smart.
Green roofs sound really cool, Julia, honestly. I've seen pictures of buildings with plants growing right on top. It looks beautiful, and it also helps keep the building cool during summer. Some cities also build special paths just for bikes, so fewer people need to use cars. This helps reduce pollution in the air a lot. I read about a city that planted thousands of trees along its main streets. Now the air is cleaner and people feel happier just walking around outside. I think city planners today understand more about nature's importance than they did before. It's exciting to see cities changing to become friendlier to both humans and nature.
It really is exciting, John. Let's talk about food again, but in a slightly different way this time. Have you heard of organic farming before? Organic farms grow food without using strong chemicals at all. This is better for the soil, the water, and the animals living nearby, too. Some people say organic food is healthier for humans as well. Also, eating local food, food grown near your home, can help nature a lot. It uses less fuel for transportation because the food doesn't travel very far. I try to buy local vegetables at the farmer's market sometimes. It feels nice to support local farmers and eat fresh food.
That's a great habit, Julia. I should try the farmer's market more often too, honestly. I usually just go to the big supermarket, which is convenient, but maybe not always the best choice for nature. Let's also talk about water usage at home for a minute. Many people don't realize how much water they use every single day. Taking shorter showers, fixing leaking pipes, and turning off the tap while brushing your teeth can save a lot of water. These are simple habits, but if millions of people do them together, it makes a real difference. I think small daily choices really do add up to something meaningful for our whole planet.
Small choices really do matter, John. I completely agree. I want to ask you something interesting now, if you don't mind. Do you think animals need humans, or can they live completely without us at all? I think some animals, like pets, really need humans to take care of them properly. Dogs and cats depend on us for food and love every day. But wild animals, like lions or eagles, don't need humans at all, really. Actually, they usually do better without us because we sometimes destroy their homes or hunt them for sport. I think this shows an important difference between wild nature and our human world.
That's a really good point, Julia, about that important difference. I think humans have become very powerful compared to other animals today. We build big cities, we travel by airplane, and we even go to outer space now. But with this power comes a big responsibility too, I believe. If we are the strongest species on Earth, we should also try to be the most caring one. Instead of only using nature for ourselves, we should protect it for future generations too, like our children and grandchildren someday. I want my future kids to see forests, oceans, and animals just like we see them today, not only in old pictures.
That's such a beautiful thought, John, thinking about future generations like that. Let's talk about oceans a little more now, since they cover so much of our planet's surface. Oceans give us food, like fish and seafood, and they also help control our weather and climate patterns. Oceans even produce a huge part of the oxygen we breathe, more than forests do, actually, which is quite surprising. But oceans face big problems today, like plastic pollution, overfishing, and rising water temperatures. Coral reefs, which are home to many sea creatures, are dying in some areas because the water is getting too warm for them to survive.
I completely agree, Julia. I didn't know oceans made more oxygen than forests. That's really surprising to hear. It shows how important they truly are for all of us on this planet.
I think one simple way to help oceans is to reduce our plastic use, like we talked about earlier. Also, choosing seafood carefully from sustainable sources can help too, honestly. Some organizations work very hard to clean beaches and remove plastic from the water. I saw a story about volunteers cleaning a beach and finding tons of trash in just one single day. It's sad, but it also shows that people truly care and want to help.
It's good to know people really do care, John. Let's shift a little now and talk about animals in danger, called endangered animals. These are animals that might disappear forever if we don't protect them soon. Pandas, tigers, and elephants are famous examples of this problem. Many zoos and organizations work hard to protect these animals and help their populations grow again slowly. Some countries have strict laws against hunting endangered animals too, which helps a lot. I think it's important to teach children about these animals as well, so they grow up wanting to protect them naturally from a very young age into their future lives.
That's very true, Julia. Understanding really does lead to caring, and caring leads to real action. I remember visiting a zoo as a child and seeing a tiger for the very first time. It was amazing, and it made me want to learn more about wild animals immediately. I think documentaries and nature shows also help a lot with this too. When people see beautiful nature on their television screen, they often want to protect it in real life as well. Technology, like social media, can spread awareness very quickly nowadays. A short video about an animal story can reach millions of people in just one single day.
Social media really does spread things fast today, John. You're right. Let's talk about something positive now. Some good news about nature for a change. Did you know some animals that were almost extinct are now doing much better? For example, the bald eagle population grew a lot after people protected it with strict new laws. Some whale species are also increasing in number now after countries stopped hunting them so much. This shows that when humans really try hard, we can fix problems we created ourselves. I think this is very hopeful and important to remember always. It's not too late to help nature, and every small action truly counts.
That's wonderful news, Julia. And it gives me a lot of hope, too. I think it's important not to feel too sad or hopeless about nature's problems all the time. Instead, we should focus on solutions and positive actions we can take. For example, planting one tree might seem small at first, but if 1 million people plant one tree each, that's 1 million brand new trees. I think schools should teach children more about this kind of positive action too. When you feel like you can actually help, you feel more motivated to do something real. I always tell my friends that every single action matters, even small ones.
I love your positive attitude, John. It's really nice to hear. Let's talk about something practical now. What can our listeners do today, right now, to help nature? First, they can start recycling paper, plastic, and glass at home right away. Second, they can use less water and electricity every single day. Third, they can try to walk or use public transportation instead of driving alone all the time. Fourth, they can plant a tree or even just a small flower in a pot on their balcony. Fifth, they can learn more about nature and share this new knowledge with friends and family members too.
Those are great tips, Julia. I would also add one more thing. Try to reduce food waste at home. Many people throw away food that is still perfectly good to eat. This wastes not only food, but also the water and energy used to grow it in the first place. Try to buy only what you truly need and use leftovers creatively in new meals during the week. Also, support companies that care about nature and use eco-friendly products whenever possible. Every time we buy something, we are actually voting with our money for the kind of world we really want to live in together.
Voting with our money. I really like that idea, John. Let's talk about children in nature now for a moment. I think it's very important for kids to spend time outside in parks, forests, or even just their own backyard. Today, many children spend a lot of time inside looking at phones or tablets instead of playing outside. This is quite different from how children played many years ago, don't you think? I believe playing outside teaches kids to love and respect nature naturally from a young age.
Schools can also help by taking students on field trips to farms, forests, or nature centers nearby.
I completely agree, Julia. I remember camping trips with my family when I was very young. Those memories are still very special to me even today, honestly. I learned to make a fire, identify different trees, and even cook simple food outside in nature. These skills also taught me to respect nature, not fear it or simply ignore it completely. I hope more families today can find time for these kinds of activities, even if it's just a simple walk in a local park on the weekend. Technology is great and useful, but I think balance is really important too, so we don't lose our connection to nature.
Balance is such a good word for this, John. I really like it. Let's talk about farming and agriculture a bit more now, since it connects humans and nature so closely every single day of our lives. Farmers work directly with the land, growing food for millions of people around the world. But farming can also hurt nature if it's not done carefully, for example, by using too many strong chemicals or too much water. Some farmers now use new methods called sustainable farming, which protect the soil and use less water overall. I think supporting these farmers by buying their products helps encourage more people to farm this way.
Sustainable farming sounds like a really smart solution, Julia, honestly speaking. I also think technology can help farmers a lot today in many ways. For example, some farmers use special sensors to check exactly how much water their plants really need, so they don't waste any extra water at all. Drones can also help farmers check large fields very quickly from up above. I think combining old farming knowledge with new modern technology can create a better future for both farmers and the environment together. It's not about choosing between nature and progress, it's about finding smart ways to have both working together side by side.
That's a wonderful way to think about it, John. Nature and progress together. Before we go on much further, I want to remind everyone how important small daily habits really are for our planet's future. Simple things like turning off lights, using less paper, and choosing reusable items over disposable ones can genuinely help nature heal and recover over time. I also think talking about these topics, just like we are doing on this podcast today, helps spread awareness to more people. When friends and family hear these ideas, they often start thinking differently too. And that's exactly how real, lasting change actually begins in our world.
That's a great point, Julia, about how change really begins with conversations like this one. I also want to remind our listeners that it's never too late to start caring more about nature, no matter your age or where you happen to live in the world. You don't need to be a scientist or an expert to help out. You just need to care and take small actions regularly, every single week. I think today's conversation shows that humans and nature are truly connected in so many important ways, from the air we breathe to the food we eat every single day of our lives.
Well, John, I think we've covered so many interesting parts of this topic today, from forests and oceans to farming and busy cities. As we get closer to the end of our episode, I want to ask you one big question. In your honest opinion, who really needs whom more, humans or nature? I think nature would survive just fine without humans, honestly, maybe even better in some ways than it does now. But humans absolutely cannot survive without nature at all, not even for one single day. So I believe the honest answer is humans need nature much more than nature needs us, and we should never forget this.
I agree with you completely, Julia. It's a humbling thought, isn't it, when you really think about it? We often believe we are in control of everything around us, but really, we depend on nature for our very survival every single day. I think understanding this should make us more respectful and careful with how we treat the natural world around us. Instead of asking only, what can nature give me, maybe we should also ask, what can I give back to nature instead? I think that small change in thinking could really change how humans act in the future, moving from just taking to actually caring.
Thank you so much, John, for this wonderful and thoughtful conversation today. I really enjoyed talking with you about humans and nature, and I learned a lot too. I hope our listeners feel inspired now to go outside, appreciate nature more, and maybe even make one small positive change this week. Remember, every single person can make a difference, and small actions together can create a really big impact over time, more than you might think. Thank you also to everyone listening to our podcast today. We truly appreciate your time and support. Please join us again next time for another interesting and friendly conversation together soon.
Thank you, Julia, and thank you to all our wonderful listeners out there. This was such a fun and meaningful topic to discuss together today, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new and maybe practiced some English while listening too along the way. Remember, nature needs our care and respect, and we truly need nature to survive and live happy, healthy lives every day. Let's all try to be better friends to our planet, starting today with small and simple steps we can take. Thank you again so much for joining us, and we can't wait to talk with you again soon. Goodbye for now, everyone.